All right, welcome everyone. We are Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Hajime no Ippo, Season 2, Episode 5. All right, we just came off of one of the most hype episodes in the previous one there. We got Miyata winning in a reversal that was just totally a Miyata thing.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I love his style of boxing so much. It's so fun to watch and think like, oh, he can still pull through this, but I don't think he will.
Yep, putting everything on the line.
Yep, and it actually worked. And now we've got a completely different thing set up, which is Date.
Daddy Date
is in the position to take worlds here from the champion that beat him in the past, Ricardo Martinez.
Yep.
Who is going to spar with Ippo.
Yeah.
What?
And to quote Kamigawa, listen, or paraphrase, you're going to get thrashed, but, don't worry about it.
But hey, this is worth a lot. This
good
experience is going to be worth its weight in gold, if you know what I did there.
Man.
So we get to experience that. This is also some stuff that will set up a little bit more with what's going on with Takamura eventually. So that's good. But I just can't wait to see Date in a match again. And if he's got that hair,
lustrous, wonderful hair.
Oh my God.
Too sexy for television.
Wow. So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this now. For a while. I just can't believe that those two might eventually be able to get to fight.
I know, right?
It's like, ah!
Yeah.
Ah! Oh, look at those guys! Yeah.
Wow, all those stars on his trunks or trousers.
Yeah.
What would the term be? I don't know.
Strength of the world.
Za Warudo.
Oh, cool.
No. It's a spar.
That's pretty impressive, yeah. Wholesome fishing guys just be like, it's good stuff, man. yeah, exactly.
And what was it? 17 defending matches.
Well, that no.
Wow.
相手は歴史に名を残すようなスーパーチャンプなんだよ。僕なんか遊ばれちゃうよ。そうは思わねえな。お前は仮にも日本チャンピオンだぜ。
This is true.
耐久力ってのはいくら鍛えても限界があるんだ。
What I'm just excited for is just the idea of seeing raw experience, because that's what Date represented.
Yep.
But this is the guy that had that experience and won,
Right. Oh,
and then continued to win.
Right, didn't take that same break that Date did.
Over again. Yeah. Watch him be like this wholesome dude in his, his 30s or something.
Oh, hey, nice to meet you. Yeah. I almost wouldn't have been surprised if they just did a hard cut to Ippo just hitting the mat.
Bill Stewart, okay. Whoa.
Wow.
So one of the best as well.
ついに歴史的英雄の初来日だぜ。WBA 世界フェザー級チャンピオン
All right.
Okay.
He looks pretty clean. He looks like he carries himself well, you know?
Oh,
Good confidence.
チャンピオンは来日してまだ日が浅い。サボケで一発くらいもらってくれるかもしれない。
yeah. A single punch.
That's like a good like encouragement from Takamura.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, he's like, I can't keep this up for the long.
まさかどうにかなるとでも思っちゃうのか。
Mm.
いや、そんな。自分の力を試してみたい気持ちもわかる。しかし相手は現役にしてすでに伝説になろうという名チャンピオン。
But that's so exciting to think about. You can approach this like a fan.
もかすれば、チャンピオンの顔色も変わるかもしれん。それができれば褒めてやるわ。
All right.
Wow.
すればか。よし、かするぞ。
Kamagawa.
小僧のパンチがもしまともに当たれば、チャンピオンとて無事では済むまい。顔色が変わるどころではなく、倒れる可能性は十分に。
Whoa. So is he talking him down in order to basically have it be a big surprise if something happens that's like...
Maybe.
Yeah.
警察に来たんだが、これじゃ伊達に報告しようがない。
Gotcha. It's one of those instances where you feel like you're in a hostile environment, so you don't necessarily give your best stuff.
So if
you know,
Ippo
away.
can pull some of that out of him.
Sure. Yeah, even if he doesn't necessarily land a graze on him, just making him...
Make him use something that...
It will help Date, maybe. You
Yeah.
know? I just want him to be cool, confident, and, like, just quick. Like, when I look at this guy, he seems like a guy that just takes it seriously and has no ego. Like, just...
Right.
Okay, let's see. What's his first word?
チャンピオンだってやる気になれんさ。完全に流しておるわい。頼むぜ。君ならチャンピオンを向きにして。
All right, all right.
僕と同じ階級。
Right.
手が少し高いだけで。
Okay.
だってそう変わらないじゃないか。
Cool, cool. So he's establishing that, yeah, he is a human being.
He's human. Sure, keep thinking that, Ippo. I'm really excited for some, like, reality is stranger than fiction kind of things where it's like, you know, how is there a human that's as good at this as this guy, you know?
試合着で。
ドギアをしないところを見ると君の力を直に感じたいと思ってるようだね。
Wow.
君に任せよう。ねじ伏せるもよし、あしらうもよし。チャンプとの器の違い。
This is awesome. I like it. Yeah, do this however you want.
Because since Ippo's coming into this seriously, he's kind of...
Yeah, right? Can you imagine? Like,
Oh,
you're like, my
man.
son, that's my son up there.
Yeah.
Oh,
リングといえど金の取れるか。
yes, you could.
行けこそチャンピオンの顔色を変えてみる。幕の力仕掛けた。どこまで通用するかわからない。でも行けるところまで。
左スピードに乗ってる。
Oh, a feint! Feint! All right.
得意のリバーブローだ。
just completely unfazed.
見抜かれた。生半可のフェイントは通じない。
Oh, but that still is pretty sweet. That was pretty sweet.
頭を振り始めた。
Ah.
ピーカブースタイルから体を振ってステップインか。マイク・タイソンによく似ている。
Oh, sweet.
一発でも当たればリズムに乗れる。
Whoa! Whoa!
Not even
Countered.
close. Not even close.
右か。どっちをもらったんだ。
Well, it was definitely
I
a
love it.
jab, so I would say the left.
リズムをつかむんだ。またもらった。
Wow.
簡単に左をもらっちまうよ。いきなりグローブが大きくなった。
Oh my god.
でも仕掛けも何もない。
何も。
人間の反射速度ではパンチを見てから避けるというのは不可能に近い。訓練や経験により予測が必要となってくる。
Wow.
And he just minimizes it like completely.
Jeez. So this is just... Wow, it's just a basic jab. Just perfected.
Yep.
Wow.
That
is so legit.
That is crazy. Interesting.
I like it single-handedly, but it's left-handedly because it's boxing, you know?
Right.
I think sticking with the feints is actually the best call there. Like, even if he's gonna see it, at the very least, you'll force him to move in a way that's predictable, right?
Or even, like, clinching to try and, like...
It's a spar, come on.
No, I know.
Don't waste his time. No, but this is cool. It's a power ceiling of sorts for, like...
Oh, yeah.
You know, what you have to look forward to in the distant future. Jeez.
Man.
Yeah, go in
Just
under.
try and take it and...
He's gonna start cornering him. It's so fast!
Yeah.
Whoa, here he comes! Dempsey roll! Oh!
And then watch, it's just completely stopped.
Ah, he cheered him on! Wow.
That's crazy.
Oh my god.
That is insane. Wow.
Ah. Oh. Hey, Ippo. Wake up, buddy. Wake up. Yeah, what a guy. Good stuff.
Wow. Wow. Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, good. He's honest, at least, you know, just that it was such a shocking thing that there's no way. Yeah. At least you know what you don't know, you know? Actually, the fact that he wasn't talking is quite interesting.
Yeah.
What do you mean you didn't notice that? Like, how could you have not noticed that? Your eye is so swollen.
He's so used to it, you know.
Yeah. Jeez. That's what Date has to face against, y'all.
Yep.
That's what Date has to face against. Wow. It's okay, Ippo.
Oh, to Date.
Oh, apologies to Date.
Yeah, for not being able to get anything useful out of him.
Oh, yeah.
Longer hair.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
He looks so good.
Hey, awesome. Wow.
Jeez! And that was his left!
Uh-huh. Sure.
Oh, Takamura! Brilliant!
Good thinking.
That's true, because of the 4 of them, they are, in some ways, the 4 strongest featherweights in... Oh, wait, no. Yeah, Ricardo's not from Japan, of course, yeah. Wow. Oh. Well.
And that's that.
And he's... Oh, what a guy.
And he caught him. Wow.
Oh, I'm so hyped for this fight now. Oh, they've both been built up.
Yep.
And now we have nothing left but to wait for the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, ha ha! Miata.
And they also need to fight.
Did you see my face? You know?
Yeah.
何がいいものだ。正直に言うよ。あのまま続けてたら倒された。
僕も同じ。
Yeah.
秒に倒されかけたし、一緒。
Yeah, we're the same.
日本チャンピオン、東洋チャンピ
思い知った。
Yeah.
オン。思い知らされた。世界は広いぜ。
So big.
Mm-hmm.
So many people.
All right.
Yeah, but that's exciting.
Wow. That was a good episode.
Power of the world.
Yep.
Oh, my eyes. Something's going on with them. God, this ED, like, makes me cringe so much. For so many different reasons.
That's the main reason why I cringe.
Inside her dream. Still half asleep. I wish that we could.
This is what Mashiba sees. He sees his sister.
Well, yeah, we saw his face there in the background. And he's all like,
yeah, like.
Make this time rewind forever to 7:59. Oh man! All right. Okay, y'all. Well, that's a wrap. That's a wrap on a crazy sparring setup there, and Ricardo Martinez is
terrifying.
Definitively the best boxer we've seen thus far in this show. No contest.
Like,
that's insane.
I know that he's in a way different weight class from Takamura, right? So it wouldn't be a fair contest from that angle, right?
Well, right.
But from a technical level, like,
of course,
man,
he's way better than Takamura. Yeah. Like, not even close. Because Takamura might be stronger, sure, just because he's bigger.
Yeah.
But this guy was so fast. So freaking quick and precise and perfect in his punches that he basically made the Dempsey roll look like a child's toy. Like, you're like, hey, you realize that strategy, it's okay. You know what I compare it to?
What?
It's when you get good at Smash Bros. And you're like, yes, I am kind of good. I spam these 3 moves that are kind of like
I know how to use the smash stick.
Yeah. And then you meet someone that chains grab combos and air bounces, and you're like, wait, hold on.
Are we playing the same game?
Not air bounces, stutter steps, like freaking stutter steps, and you're like, hold on. how did I go from like,
Yeah.
hitting you with my side A, getting you 9% damage to now I'm already at 82% damage? What happened just a second ago?
And what I love about this is that it's something where, because, okay, when you think of some people competing at the professional level, right? You often think of like, oh, it's all at like the top like 0.5% or whatever, so it's all the little changes that mean a ton and everything.
Yeah.
And it still is that, right? The changes that he was making to his form are little changes on a technical side of things and with massive ramifications. But sometimes I feel like it's easy to go into the trap of, because they're all going at that 0.5% that's so far distant from where us normal mortal beings are, that therefore the difference between them at that level is not too big. And
no, it's not.
No. There are just those people where they make all these other people that dedicate their lives to it and put everything into it look like chumps by comparison.
I loved more recently watching a couple of chess matches with the world champion Magnus Carlsen. And watching him just make people look like idiots, basically. Like, when you get to basically the top of the top of the top, and then you fight and compete against other people that are at the near the top to the top of the top constantly, I think it keeps you in this honed state where the things that people kind of brush over as not really that important become so much more additive to your passives, if that makes sense. So the idea of a left jab is something that every boxer throws that's right-handed. Like, okay, for sure. But the idea of timing your jabs, okay, sure, that makes sense as well.
Having that range and everything.
Extending out your step in such a perfect way that you can get the most out of it. And even getting some power in your jabs. Cool, all right. But then when all these factors come together with the in addition part of being able to read the flow of your opponent's movements, it becomes a showstopper. It's nuts. I love seeing it so well handled in this show because, well, I don't know jack about boxing other than what the show gives me. I totally understand this dynamic where someone who has thrown one punch 100,000 times is truly terrifying. Because the greatest superpower in the real world, in my opinion, is being able to tell your body exactly what to do. And then...
And have it follow through on exactly what you want it to do.
And then the next added bit is to where you don't have to tell it anymore. That's
Mastery
the final
of oneself, basically. If this is your brain just thinking, sure, that's fine. If this is your brain being like, time to go to sleep, you just go to sleep. If this is you throwing, if you are just throwing a punch, what have you, it's all the same thing. And this guy just has that in the niche of boxing. And he's worked very hard to get
so
there.
Cool.
Like, because one of the things that with the case of Ippo, right? Because he's so strong, and they even mentioned that, like, if he did manage to land like a really solid hit, he could potentially take the champ to the ground, right? Because
they did mention that.
The champ is still human, right? He still has a physical body that can.
He's 125 pounds, just like Ippo.
Exactly. Right. He's working with the same material that Ippo's got, right?
There's slight deviations, but 98% of it is the same thing.
Is the same. But he's making so much more of it that the difference is night and day, right? I don't know. The closest example I can think of this is when you're like playing like a video game or something, and there's and you're just like in the zone or something like that, and you know that you're better at this particular thing than the other person. So with those tiny little incremental things, you can run circles around them, right?
For sure.
There's no contest. It's they get so close, but at the same time they're not close at all, right? I can't even imagine what that would be like on a professional level with a sport where you're physically there with your opponent, right? And it's not just that, but that your opponent has gone through crazy vetting processes and everything, so they are a registered professional badass, right?
Yes.
and you make them look like, they're just some like,
They're a child.
Some punk, like
playing at boxing.
That is probably my favorite part of any time I've seen like best knockouts with like fights or things like that, is just how much the one person makes the other person look like an amateur.
Yeah, and it's funny because they mentioned Mike Tyson here, and I was literally watching those types of videos with Mike Tyson, and the coolest thing was seeing him go up against people that were like huge. I mean, huge boxers. And he just walloped them. Absolutely just destroy them. Like, they'd be scary. They'd be pretty big and stuff, but it's something to behold. So that's wonderful. We got also Miyata and Date having their sparring match, and we got to see Date.
Not the hair coming in a bit more.
Not as long of hair as the
true.
OP, so I'm looking forward to once Date lets himself fully go. But Miyata and Ippo being used as parallels, as rivals to the sparring partners of the world, contestants here. It's exciting because then they both get to look at this world stage and go, whoa, it's big, isn't it? And then in some ways, it makes their rivalry kind of trivial in some ways. But it still reminds them that they're doing this in some ways because they're growing together. They're getting to push each other forward a little bit.
Oh, yeah. And they'll get to fight each other.
And they will get to fight each other. But in the meantime, we get to look ahead and maybe do kind of the thing like Shiro Torizawa did in Haikyuu, which was, practice against college-age students, where basically you pit yourself against those that are better than you at this in every way.
Right.
Instead of facing challengers, you go after those that are better. And in that respect, that's the one thing they have as an advantage against those at the top. Those at the top have to go searching for a worthy opponent.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like, when you're in the middle and you've hit the top of your little pool or what have you, you're the best, you're the best Smash player in your neighborhood. It's like, no. Go down to the game store's local monthly, competition thing.
Yeah.
And face that one guy that like smells really bad,
Yep.
And watch yourself get thrashed.
When
Absolutely just thrashed. Yeah.
When they had the whole scene with Ippo on the fishing boat in the beginning,
right, yeah,
that really felt like it, where they were almost literally drawing the analogy of the big fish in a little pond kind of a thing.
Yes,
right?
sure.
Where it's like, Ippo is, and that's not to take away from what Ippo's done. Ippo has proven himself, right?
Exactly.
Ippo has definitely proven himself. But now you're going out there with the sharks, right? Like, and you may be a big fish, but
you're still a fish.
But you're still a fish, right? And now we're going to go put you into the ring with, a great white or something, and just say, all right, do your best. Ganbatte.
Ganbatte.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll make him rotate all the way 360 degrees over the course of the fight.
Dump. And that's not a bad thing, It makes it so that this way Ippo won't ever rest on his laurels. He won't be like, I've done it, Not that Ippo's the kind of person to do that, but it's that helpful reminder,
Right. And I think it's also just a classic thing for the battle shonen kind of competitive sports show angle, where we need to be reminded that Ippo's progression is in the middle. Like, it's in the middle of the progression.
He's just getting started.
Right. Yeah. In some ways, he has an infinite still scaling level of progression that he can go for.
Yep.
And potentially never reach where Ricardo Martinez is at.
Right.
Like, that is something that is out there and it is attainable, one in however much of a chance,
Right.
But it is something that he's now experienced. So he knows on some level that he needs at least another 10 years of boxing to get that good, or he needs another 3 years, or however much time. But if he dedicates the time, if he dedicates the energy, he can get a lot closer.
Yeah.
And that is a definite guarantee. If you put in a lot more time, and a lot more energy, and a lot more effort into it, you can get closer.
Especially when you have someone that is helping you put the time and the effort and the energy in the right ways.
Right.
Because
and
like
Kamigawa is that to a T.
Yep. Because with Ricardo, right? Like let's say he wanted to do the whole thing of the punch and have there be no signals about it, right?
Right.
Maybe he could just do it on his own with, just like, all right, watch myself in the mirror and things like that. But it's probably the kind of thing where he would need a coach for that, or at the very least, have a coach that would get him to the point where he could look at himself in a mirror and know what needs to be changed.
Yes,
like,
exactly. Most people can't do that stuff on their own.
If you throw 10,000 punches, that's great, but are you throwing 10,000 punches with the punches working on each other and and getting successfully not better.
Developing bad habits and stuff
exactly
like that. That's why trainers are so important, is that they basically look at you with a critical eye and go, all right, I need you to fix this, I need you to switch to this, okay, keep doing that, but don't do this while you're doing that.
Right.
And that kind of feedback then allows the patterns to build, so by the time you've punched 10,000 times, you don't have to undo the learning of 2,500 of those punches, which weren't helpful for building the pattern here. What's exciting is also, since we've seen season 1 of Ippo's watched tons of people and taken their techniques and applied them to specific things and stuff like that. So it's not exactly him doing the exact thing that they do, but he's doing similar things. So I mean, and it's exciting to think about, though, in terms of maybe Ippo's next defending match, where it's like, oh, I'm going to apply a couple of those things I saw people in Worlds do, and I don't know how to do them perfectly.
But if I did figure out how to do them...
If I figured out how to do just at least one of them, oh my god, what could be possible?
Ippo's punches are so terrifying. Right? If he figures out how to stealth punch, like that's... No. Well,
it's the perfect setup for things like the Dempsey roll. Think about what actually is Ippo's weakness so far, is that he's actually not that fast.
Right, it takes a while for him to get going, and it can be disrupted.
Well, yeah, but I meant in terms of his overall speed, he is not fast. Like, look at him compared to a lot of the other boxers that we've seen in the featherweight kind of area things. He is, I would say, in the above average speed category.
Right, he's not slow by any stretch.
Yeah, I'm not saying he is slow by saying he's not fast. I'm just saying he is not known for his speed.
Yep.
And in some ways, that's why he has trouble setting up the Dempsey roll for specific things, is he needs to literally make his opponent slower.
Right.
Which is basically the equivalent of saying, if I was faster, I could set up the Dempsey roll more effectively, because I would be able to land punches that would set them up to be slower, so that I could then go into things like the Dempsey roll, where, yes, you would take down Ricardo Martinez.
Right.
If you were able to get off some punches from the Dempsey roll, you would knock him down, which is why they had that scene at the end of the episode. That scene was cool, because it's like, I love that this Bill Stewart guy is like, his name sounds pretty generic white guy, and it's like, Bill Stewart, okay.
Right.
But then he's like, yeah, I like the way you handle things, but dang, they got some power here in Japan. He could set up the Dempsey roll. Not too many people can do that. But you weren't.
Not that you would be worried, but
were you worried?
Yeah.
That's a stupid question. Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't speak throughout it there, so who knows what he was thinking at the time.
Oh, man. Wow. This is how you build up a fight.
Oh, it is how you build up a fight. Oh,
man.
My God.
And it's not even involving Ippo.
It isn't.
It's not even involving Ippo. And that's one of the things.
It'll be the second time in this season where they'll set up a fight that doesn't involve Ippo, and we're going to get so into
Super invested in, yeah. So, wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Initial impressions, though. Is Date going to win?
I mean, okay. I want Daddy Date to win, right?
Don't we all? Oh man.
But yeah.
Okay. Like, I'm going to go out there and say that this is a match that has a higher chance of Date winning than I thought Miyata had. So
I will. Okay, yeah, I'll agree with you on that one.
So Miyata won the last one.
That's true.
We were putting him at like
I know
30 to 70 odds for Miyata.
And did you see Date when he was sparring with Miyata? Like, it wasn't just the hair. Like that.
Yeah,
built like
he looked like he was ready to go to war.
Yeah.
Like that's maybe the thing
like,
that Date...
put face paint on and everything. And
right.
like, yeah.
Date's thing that makes him so intimidating, and I would say so just a raw boxer, is that you see him and he's already fighting you.
Right.
It's the same thing as how he won against Ippo, was he just looks at you, and that's kind of I would say the experience talking. When they were talking about all the boxers coming in, they were like, "Oh, it's so good." Because they see him as a hero or as
right.
Like
they were honored to just stand in the same ring as him.
Right. So they weren't coming to attack him. Ippo even didn't really do that entirely.
Yeah.
He kind of did. But if Date stepped in the ring, there would be no...
There will be blood tonight.
Yeah, exactly. Ricardo and Date would both be very messy at the end of the fight.
Yeah.
And I think that's the reason why I'd say Date has a chance. Like, a decent chance, is that anything can happen.
That's true.
In those minor deviations between, just exchanging blows.
The reason why I feel like we can't truly know just yet,
of course not. We haven't seen him yet.
Right. But we also haven't seen how he responds in the presence of Date. Because Date looks ready to go to war, right?
Right.
Which has a connotation that it will actually be a war, right?
Yeah.
With Ricardo, we haven't seen him do that yet.
We haven't seen him even try.
So it's like, with Date, will just be like, all right, this is going to be what, number 18? Okay, let's do this,
But he has faced Date before. I think this is going to be something where it's a little personal.
He will definitely take it seriously, right?
Right.
Because you don't stay at that level by being stupid or being complacent, right?
Of course.
But, yeah.
I'm just so hyped.
I'm excited.
I can't believe it. Also, Takamura was wonderful this episode. He was doing
Mm-hmm.
great. I loved the idea of Ippo saying like, "Oh, he actually wanted me to see this sparring match." I am all for Big Brother Takamura kind of like sliding in little like helpful things without being, that obvious to Ippo.
Being a little bit of a tsundere, like, yeah. Go apologize right now,
Right.
And then it's like, oh, wait, here, this might help.
Yep. Good stuff. So y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us and the community there about this show, about anime in general, and you can also talk with Jake about the sci-fi novel that he wrote.
Yep, that's right. I wrote a sci-fi novel. It's called Battle Lines. It's really awesome, and it's on Amazon for purchase. Link in the description down below.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.